If you ever find yourself in Mondstadt's Knights of Favonius library, you probably encounter the librarian Lisa, keeper of its books. She might seem laid back and lazy, but she does take bookkeeping seriously. You can ask Captain Kaya about his numb arm when he did not return the book on time. Beneath that sluggish exterior lies Sumeru's most distinguished student in the past 2 centuries. She studied under Sage Cyrus in the Spantamad Darshan alongside Sino, earning her the name the legendary Spantamad Prodigy. Her first question asked as a student was, if you put enough flour on a Hydra slime, would it turn into a dough slime? But her time at the academia made her realize knowledge does not come with a warning of what the consequences could be. Having constantly witnessed raving mad scholars and powerful sages sitting underutilized on councils, showing her what uninhibited erudition can do to a person. How much did one have to sacrifice to attain the profoundest knowledge of all? Losing yourself to that path would either lead to madness or stagnation. Put off by that, Lisa left Sumeru and returned to Mondstadt. After Lisa's return to Mondstadt, she joined the Knights of Favonius. Grandmaster Varka wanted to appoint her as the captain of the 8th Company, also known as the Support Division for the Knights. But that was contested by Field Officer Nymph, who resented the idea of an academic coming into such a high-ranking role. Kaya suggested a practice combat session to be arranged for both Nymph and Lisa to display their magical proficiency. 2 minutes into the duel, Lisa decided to decline the offer for the captaincy on the grounds that Nymph already has what it takes to fulfill that role. For the whole following year, Varka kept receiving referral letters from Nymph in regards of the captaincy, and the only person ever named was Lisa Mincy. Eventually, Varka redirected those letters directly to Lisa, but every time she would come up with an excuse to decline. Undoubtedly, the 8th Company would have been far stronger with Lisa at the helm, but she deemed that such a level of power is superfluous to the requirement and risky for her in ways most people could never appreciate. She's quite confident she could handle any situation she comes up against. However, additional dangers means more workload, and that is not something she can accept. To Lisa, working as a librarian was sufficient. Although it's primarily overseeing the books and enforcing the return policy, she does have some extra duties to fulfill, such as making sure potions and medications are restocked and dispensed, and the delivery of herbs. But by negotiating with Kaya, she offloaded the jobs of potion management and the herbs delivery to the other knights, leaving only book management for her, which is the one area where Lisa feels more comfortable handling personally. Now, it is advised to follow the library rules and only come to visit her on her working hours. Otherwise, that can spell disaster for unsuspecting visitors. Lazy as Lisa can be, she does take her job seriously. If you borrow a book, it's in your best interest to return it on time. Kaya made that mistake once, and she got furious. The aftermath left him with a numb arm till this day. Fischl, on the other hand, is one of her favorite patrons, because she returns the books exactly on time. Lisa's knowledge is vast from her time in the academia, also from being surrounded by a plethora of books to read. From handling elementally infused flora, the most efficient methods of distilling wine, to outlandish, forbidden knowledge. Where there might be a body of knowledge, the chances are Lisa is well acquainted with it. While understanding the element is essential to the study of magic, her books and scrolls are limited in their explanations. After all, she was a student in the Spantamad Darshan that is related to the elemental studies. Wanting to unearth the secrets of magecraft, she would need a vision for practical experience, which would be far more useful than trying to assimilate the knowledge contained in dusty old books. As soon as that thought materialized in her head, of wanting more knowledge, a vision popped into her hand. With the aid of her vision, she acquired the knowledge that she sought, but she also sensed the deep secrets within the shadows of knowledge. After all, Lisa believes everything comes with a price. Why have the gods given humans the key to changing everything, but never explained the cost involved? Lisa grew fearful of the truth, so when somebody whom she finds interesting comes along, Lisa will pass on to them her understanding on all kind of matters, hoping maybe one day someone will reveal the ultimate truth about them. With her rich well of knowledge and her ability to explain things clearly and concisely, makes Lisa the most sensible person to approach for young knights and alchemists with burning questions. It also leads others to ask her for advice. Even people like Varka or Jean seek her wisdom. After all, she won't turn down a person seeking her assistance, provided they go see her in acceptable hours. Lisa took a liking to Mika when she saw his polite, hardworking personality and aspiring to be a cartographer. So she offered to help and got him a bunch of books that would help with his studies. Alongside many others, Lisa was also a mentor for Razor, teaching him how to cook and name stars in the sky, but most importantly, she taught him how to utilize his electro-vision with finesse. As lazy as she may seem, Lisa is a role model for many people in Mondstadt, and even in Sumeru. While some like Albedo and Diluc may not understand the reasons for her choice in a quiet life, others who lived and seen the endless hunger for knowledge, like Tainari and Sino, can understand her decision. As a traveler, we witness Lisa's wisdom as someone who has seen the height of power, but chose a quieter path, one spent guiding others instead of chasing power herself. Before we end, here are a few details and fun fact you may not know about Lisa. Lisa's constellation is an hourglass and is called Tempus Fugit, which in Latin means time flies. Mona's investigation of that constellation surmised that it's a trade-off, as each grain of sand in the hourglass falls down, is a moment of time, of life even, and dies for good. And to stop the flow, you would have to put the hourglass on its side, leaving it motionless. Or in other words, lazy. In Lisa's Friendship 10 banner, the hourglass just marks the end of the workday. Lisa has many titles she goes by. One of them is the Witch of the Purple Rose. Despite the name, he has no direct affiliation to the Hexenzirkel. He is aware of their existence, but denies interest in joining them. After all, the Imaginarium Theater is in the library. In Lisa's story quest, where we hunt down an abyss mage that stole a book, we now learn that the book stolen, although seemed as a random story book at the time, is now known to be written by Mage M, Anders' daughter. Lisa's design includes roses and the color purple. The color could be just there because of the electro affinity, but the color purple often symbolizes wisdom, knowledge, mystery, and secrets. Also, in yoga tradition, the color purple symbolizes spiritual connection, enlightenment, and infinity, or in other words, eternity. The color connection could be more related to the actual element electro than Lisa. The rose, on the other hand, is based on the Sumeru rose. According to Noel, roses in Mondstadt represents vows and secrecy, which is likely related to Sub Rosa, which denotes confidentiality. Also, Sumeru roses are called leyline lodestar due to their sensitivity to their ley lines, which coincidentally mirrors Lisa's sensitivity to the elemental aura. Lisa once utilized the entire alchemist workshop for 2 weeks and spent a lot of her savings to create something called a special heating cauldron, which can automatically insert ingredients, time delay heating, and temperature regulation functions, perfect for brewing and keeping her tea at optimal temperatures. Her fondness for cooking doesn't end there either. Lisa's special dish is a mysterious bolognese, which is hinted to be enchanted, in its description implying it has an almost addicting quality. Lisa's name derives from the Hebrew name Elisheba, which translates to God is my oath. Her family name Mincy is possibly derived from Ashkenazi Jewish surname Mintz, which means mint. One of Lisa's idle animation, where she holds a book and flips through it, actually bears similar resemblance to a real-life book titled The Golden Key by Henry Van Dyke, a book containing 12 stories themed around deliverance. The open book in the artwork of Lisa's character outfit reads a Latin-inspired text. One passage reads, Stat prosa pristina nomini nomina nuda tenemus, which translates to, the ancient rose remains, only in its name we hold empty names. A phrase made famous by Umberto Eco's novel, The Name of the Rose. And the second passage reads, Qui in res pulchra sed nec pulchritudinis credit depes in somnio aut veritat vivet videre, which translates to, he who believes in beautiful things but does not believe in beauty must see whether he is living in a dream or reality. The quote is derived from a dialogue spoken by Socrates in Plato's Republic. And that concludes the story about Lisa Mincy. If you enjoyed learning about one of Mondstadt's most enigmatic scholars, or noticed any errors or facts I have gotten wrong or missed, please leave them in the comments down below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.